Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and thank you for tuning into my channel once again. I have a special guest with me today, but before I mention her, I will be right back. And we're back. Now, my guest, as you guys know who she is without further ado, Jan from New York City Saves Money. Jan, thank you for, again, participating. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Hi, Steve. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Well, today the segment is going to be about, about learning and, things you may learn from doing a certain something or whatnot. As you may or may not know, Janet was a school teacher once upon a time back in the 1980s and a little bit in the early 90s. She taught school during my period when I went to school. The same
Yes,
time.
You would definitely have been a student in my
yeah. I would have. So let me turn to you. Do you have any?
I do. I just want to, talk a minute about learning in general. Learning is an experience that exceeds beyond the school walls. Sometimes people connotate learning with sitting at a desk, being in a formal classroom, having somebody bark orders at you, and stuff like that. And it is not true. Steve, just today, you and I both had a learning experience. The two of us like to use this platform, StreamYard. That's what transmits these broadcasts to you. I love StreamYard, so does Steve, and it's not a sponsored ad, but we wanted to take it a step further and learn how to do something called screen sharing. Now, for the people that are familiar with it, you would know what I mean. But screen sharing is having the ability to pick up, let's say, from another monitor, if you have it that way, or just within your computer itself, and project an image of another page. We like to keep our videos fresh, different, not always the same old boring thing. And you know what, Steve? It occurred to me that if we weren't the type of people to keep an open mind to learning, that we would not have learned it. Are we experts at this thing yet? No. We're the beginning embryonic stages, but we both open our mind up to learn. And that is really my message for the day is don't keep a closed mind, no matter how old you are. I'm 62. I'm 62 and a half, Steve. And every day, if I could find one different thing to learn every day, let's think about this for a second, Steve. If everybody learned a brand new thing every single day, even if it's a tiny thing, a brand new word, how to do a certain crossword puzzle, more information on a certain topic by research. If we did a brand new thing learning every single day, in a year's time, you will have learned 365 new things. I think keeping things fresh and learning more are very important. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I think, along the same lines as you. That's true. If you can learn or get the grasp of one thing per day, yes, at the end of 1 year, you will have learned 365 different things to do or whatever the case may be. Or yeah, I never thought of it like that. I agree with you on that. I definitely do.
That's good. I'm always fascinated by, for example, if I learn a brand new word. Now there's this like grammatical punctuation mark. I forgot the name of it at the moment, but I had mentioned I learned about this thing. It's that thing that looks almost like a sort of like a G clef kind of thing when you're typing. there's a specific word for it. At that time, I was so thrilled learning the actual word. Well, unfortunately, I forgot about it, but it'll come back. But then I was interested to learn something different. Just the fact that I was interested. Here's an example too. Doesn't have to be huge. Look, you could get a recipe book, for example, and explore different things in cooking. Experiment. Experimenting with food is another way of learning. Have you ever experimented with food and recipes, Steve?
All the time. As my veteran viewers may know, newcomers, if you do or don't know, and those that are passing by, I do a segment every Tuesday called Recipe Tuesday. And the recipes that I put up, I did exactly what you said. I experimented.
Right.
I tried different things. For example, I have a recipe coming up at the end of July, the 27th to be exact. And this particular recipe calls for cream of chicken, soup mix, or the can. But I have experimented with it and tried cream of mushroom.
Uh-huh.
So you do have the ability, if you don't have cream of chicken, you can use the mushroom in its place and it turns out just as well.
Right.
Again, that was something that I did by complete accident. All of my experiments wind up being an accident. They wind up working. Don't ask me why. But that's what perfects a recipe is creativity, experimenting. Oh, instead of using, milk or whatever in mashed potatoes, what would happen if I put a tablespoon or two of sour cream in my mashed potatoes?
Yum.
You can, it's almost, well, in that case, it's almost like a swap out, but it would work.
And you can even enter them in your instant mash. And I learned things like that by trial and error, by learning.
Yes. Yeah. The instant mashed potatoes, another one, instead of using the milk, again, you can use
It's keeping your options open. Are we masters in our craft? No. But we're open-minded learners. I'll give another example. I'm a YouTuber, obviously. You're a YouTuber. I want to improve my channel. So I purchased this book by Daryl Eves called The YouTube Formula, the best $25 I ever spent. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And I want to keep my mind open to learn how to make better videos for the folks who are watching me. I don't want to waste their time.
No.
I want to put out good quality messages. And that's why I said, you know what, Steve? I think it's important for all of us to be reminded that school doesn't end once you get your diploma. Learning doesn't end once you get your diploma.
No.
That's just the beginning. That is the beginning. And to keep your mind open all the time.
That's right.
And you're going to make mistakes. And guess what do we do with our mistakes? What happens after a mistake, Steve? What do? We learn from them, right?
We learn from the mistake, and the next time you do it, prevent that same occurrence of reoccurring again. Yes, that's right. I mean, that it really is. I mean, the way we are, the way life is, it definitely is, or it is a part of it is, I should say, the way I'm trying to get my words out, it is trial and error.
Yeah.
No matter what, trial and error is in the equation, whether you want it or not.
And it's a good thing. And it's okay to make a mistake.
Yes,
it is okay to make a mistake. Want to know what the biggest mistake is? Not trying. So you try and you fail, but then you try again, you might fail again. But then on the third, fourth, or 15th try, you say, wait a minute, I know how to do this thing now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
We didn't wake up people that already wake up one day, oh, we're already a YouTuber. No. This is entering year number 4 for me. I'm just completing year number 3. So I'm entering year number 4. And I still, as much as I learned a bit, quite a bit. There's still always so much to learn. So I'm
Mhm.
encouraging anybody that just keep your open mind going, and that'll keep you young too. Just saying, just saying.
Yes, it will. That right there is a fact.
Right?
Yeah, that I agree with. If you use your mind, it keeps you. You know.
Well, thank you, Steve, for having me on today.
Oh, my pleasure. Like I said, I'm glad we were able to just. Honestly, though, this particular subject, in a way, I'm glad we talked about it. We kind of pulled it out of a hat type thing, but I'm sure my subscribers, your subscribers, if they
Well,
come
actually,
along,
Steve, maybe you might think we pulled it out of a hat, but this has been on my mind for quite a while.
have it.
So I'm glad that I had the opportunity on your venue, on your
Yeah.
platform to do this.
Well, even in that case, either
Yeah.
either way you look at it, I'm glad that we were able to discuss it, and that the subject that we just spoke about is true fact. I mean, it really is what happens to us each and every single day because we're learning every day,
We're learning every single day.
no matter what. All right. Well, thank you for coming aboard. I really
Thank you for having
appreciate it.
me. Good to
You're
see
welcome.
everyone.
Yes. Uh, my subscribers, my veteran subscribers, thank you for staying with me. New subscribers, I appreciate it. If you're just passing by, considering subscribing, please check out my other content to see if what my other content is worth you subscribing. If you do subscribe, I appreciate it. Also, go over to Jan from New York City Saves Money channel as well. I think you'll like the content that she puts up. And I will, or I should say, you never know because my channel is at random. I or we will see you next time in the near future. And I certainly appreciate you tuning in to watch my video today. Bye, everybody.